So how are you feeling right now?
I think I'm feeling okay.
You think you're feeling okay?
Yeah.
What is it you're thinking about right now?
Why I'm having a hard time going back to college.
Okay, so right now you're thinking about why you're having a hard time going back to college.
Yeah.
What is it that has you experiencing such a difficult time going back to school?
Just remembering how I left school in the first place with basically dropping out of college in the face of bad grades.
Okay. So you left school due to bad grades, correct?
Yeah.
Well, how many years have you been out of school?
6.
6 years.
It's been 6 years since I've been in college.
Since you've been in college. Have you made any attempt to go back to school in that 6-year time period?
I've applied twice, but never actually followed through with it.
So what happened those 2 times that you applied?
I just psyched myself out of it.
So you psyched yourself out?
Yeah, I questioned myself about whether or not I was actually ready to go back mentally.
Okay. Do you think you're ready to go back?
I'm still not sure.
Not sure. What is it that you think that's holding you back?
I'm just worried I'm going to repeat the same mistakes.
Mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you said you're worried about making the same mistakes. What mistakes are these?
Not focusing on my schoolwork, mostly.
So is it just your schoolwork, or is there anything else that you're particularly concerned about?
I mean, with going back, it's not being able to do the schoolwork and not. I'm kind of worried that I'm not actually cut out for what I want to do.
And what is it that you want to do?
I originally went to school with a major in computer science.
Okay.
Actually, my plan was to learn computer programming and computer science, and wanted to program video games.
Okay.
It was always a dream of mine, and it's all it really felt like was a dream.
So it sounds like you had a pretty set path for yourself, and then when that path faltered, you've had a hard time kind of getting back into the swing of things. Does that sound right to you?
Yep, that sounds right.
Are you still interested in pursuing this original dream?
Not as strongly as I was.
Okay.
Like I said, that's one of the things that's keeping me from going back to school, is just questioning what I actually want to do.
Okay.
So.
What are some things that you're particularly good at?
I know I do have. I mean, really, the biggest thing that I am good at is dealing with computer applications.
Okay.
So.
And that's a pretty good skill to have in today's generation.
Yeah. And it also would fall right back in with doing computer science, because that's application side.
Would you say there's a lot of job security when it comes to working with computers?
Yeah, especially now, because with how fast our technology is advancing.
Okay, so We know that you're good with computers, which
Mhm.
is a really useful skill to have.
Mhm.
What are some other things that you're particularly proud of? Okay. What about in terms of personality? What are some strengths you think you have when it comes to what makes you you?
People find me easy to talk to.
Okay.
For whatever reason, people see me as a good leader.
Okay.
Um, I'm good at figuring out solutions to problems.
And that's particularly useful skill to have right there.
Yeah, especially with computers.
Exactly. So you're good with computers.
Mhm.
People say you're easy to talk to.
Yeah.
You have qualities that make you a good leader, and you are particularly skilled at solving problems, especially when it comes to computers.
Yeah.
Is there any particular career or field you think you could pursue that incorporates all those characteristics?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but I don't know because I haven't been able to actually get myself to look into possible career paths.
So we're kind of lacking a little direction right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then going back to your comment on a leader, you said for whatever reason, people see you as a good leader.
Mhm.
Do you not see yourself as a good leader?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess people see me as someone it's easy to look up to.
Mm-hmm. Like you get a good head on your shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, the most leading I've ever really done, I was the president of a couple of clubs in high school.
Okay. And what was your experience like back then?
Um, I mean, honestly, personally, I didn't really feel like I mean, I feel like there were people in both clubs that would have been just as well suited or better suited for the job than I was. Honestly, I feel like with those clubs, I was elected president because I was surrounded by people that liked me.
Mm-hmm. Almost like it was a popularity contest.
Yeah. Especially with the robotics team I was on in high school.
Okay.
I still kind of look back and feel like that was a popularity contest more than an actual election based on knowledge and skill.
Mm-hmm. So as you're talking about your experience, I'm hearing a lot of self-doubt in your voice.
Yeah.
Are there any other particular feelings that come to mind when you're thinking back to those experiences?
I mean, looking back at robotics, there's a lot of things that, I mean, in hindsight, I know I could have done a lot better with.
Okay.
But at the time, I enjoyed the camaraderie. I enjoyed being the face.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a decent job of helping. Quash is the right word, but resolve some interpersonal conflicts between members of the group.
Which ties back into your noticeable skill of being good at solving problems.
Yeah, and I guess even being a good leader. So I mean, there's things that I could have done better, but I mean, maybe I was the right person because I'm not sure if the others that were there would have been able to manage everyone's personalities as well and give everyone the attention and space they needed.
Which ties into another useful skill such as collaboration.
Yeah. It's not something I've ended. It's not a skill I've had to utilize very often recently.
So
I guess I forget that I actually am a good collaborator.
So on one hand, it sounds like you enjoyed the experience, but on the other hand, it sounds like you're worried you weren't quite the best fit for that position.
Yeah. Mostly because with it being a robotics team, I didn't really have any knowledge of how to build a robot or anything to do with that, but I was able to, help out our build team whenever they needed it and give direction to everyone else that was on the team but not working on building the robot.
So maybe you were the best fit for the position.
Yeah, it was. It just didn't seem like it at the time. Maybe just remembering how informal of an election it actually was.
I mean, what do you think would have happened to the club if they had chosen somebody else to be in charge? Do you think it would have been as successful as it was with you?
Depends on which other person in the group it was.
So, really determined by a difference in personality?
Yeah. There were a lot of people on the team, and there were definitely personalities that would not have meshed well with being president. I guess really my issue with not feeling like I'm the right person for being the president is seated in my lack of knowledge around what we were doing. Whereas if one of the people we had on our build team had been president, they would have been forced to have more time away from actually building the robot and dealing with people, which would have probably made everything, which would have made the team worse.
So it was an issue of matching the right personality to the right expectation.
Yeah.
So
I hadn't really thought of it like that before.
So I want to see if we can tie this whole thing together in regards to your issue with going back to school. As I'm listening to you share your story, what I'm hearing is a lot of doubt as to whether or not you can be successful in life.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this fear of failure is really kind of keeping you from progressing and getting back to school or whatever it is that you would like to focus on right now.
Yeah. That's accurate.
So what are you thinking right now?
just that I've already failed once. I'm not sure I'm strong enough to keep myself out of my own way and not fail again.
Mm-hmm. So keep going back to this notion of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that you decided to go back to school and for whatever reason you did fail out again. What's the worst case scenario?
Right now I'm envisioning what happened the first time I left.
Mm-hmm.
But first time I left, when I withdrew my first year, I came back home and fell into a massive depressive episode, and cut off contact with literally everybody.
Mm-hmm. So we're worried that you might get cut off from people again.
Yeah. And probably not might, probably would.
Mm-hmm. So you would get cut off from people again.
Yeah, I'm really good at bottling myself up and shutting off from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, you could say that I've already failed out twice because it wasn't a straight 2-year span. As you stated, it was a fall semester and withdrew that spring, and then I went back for another fall semester and then withdrew that spring again.
So it sounds like there's a cycle. You would get ready, try that fall semester, spring rolls around, and then everything's just falling out of place.
Yeah. It's like going in the fall, think everything's fine, everything falls apart. Go back for the spring, you might try to make it right again.
And then by
realize everything's still spiraling out of control, and then leave before it gets worse.
So something happens to where you just lose control of your studies.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me is still worried that if I go back and can't do it again, then I'm just not going to be able to mentally recover. I mean, I still haven't recovered from the last time, so.
And you said it's been 6 years, right?
I really want to think about what it would be like going back and feeling a third time.
I mean, as I'm listening to you, I hear somebody that does want to be back in school, and I see somebody that wants to try again. Would you say that that's accurate?
Yeah, it is, because I know I need to, so I can actually progress somewhere in my life. Because not having that stupid piece of paper and that knowledge is keeping me from being able to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know what yet, but from something.
So you have the desire to move forward with your life in one way or another.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a want or more of a need.
Need? Okay. What would you say is the difference between the want and the need?
I think the want is so that I can go back and prove to myself that I can do it. And the need is because I'm getting older, and unfortunately with how society is today, you really need at least a bachelor's degree to be able to get a good job in most situations. So without and I've kind of just been stuck in this endless loop for the last 6 years. If I don't go back, I'm not going to be able to move forward. But I worry that if I do go back, I'm going to put myself in a worse position than I was before.
So you want to go back to school. You want to prove to yourself that you are capable of success. And as you said, in modern society, it is hard to progress in any way, shape, or form without that stupid piece of paper. So what are some goals we could set for you that you could work towards as you kind of work slowly back towards getting back into school? What would be the first step or the first goal you'd like to set for yourself?
I don't know, there's a lot of online resources for relearning subjects. I know with being 6 years gone, I don't remember anything. So I feel like I need to get myself into reteaching myself a lot of basic, not even basic, but essential skills. Yeah.
So maybe
subjects.
Maybe it's not just having that piece of paper. Maybe it's just taking whatever online courses you think are important for what you'd like to achieve in the long term.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just about, you said you want to do something with computers. Maybe it's just about using these online resources to get certified in something specific to computers.
Yeah, that's something I have considered. I've always had an issue with actually finding the drive to pursue that. Because I know even having some certification would be
a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And something to set you apart from the rest.
Or even just to put me
at the top
in the running with the pack.
Yeah. Something that shows that you're committed and capable of succeeding.
Yeah.
Even if it is just another piece of paper.
Yeah.
So goal 1 is just a matter of beginning the process of re-educating yourself, correct?
Yeah.
And then what would you say would be step 2 in this process?
Actually getting myself re-enrolled at a college.
Okay.
Because I've been able to get myself to apply and get accepted at the local community college, but I haven't actually gone through with enrollment.
So there are schools that want you, and you do have opportunities.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of taking them.
Yeah. That's been an issue. Because we get to that point, and then it's always just constant fear rollback.
The fear of failure, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So. I'd like to think that at this point, if I could get myself to actually re-enroll, that I could push forward, but...
It's just a matter of getting started that scares you.
Yeah. For whatever reason, starting always scares me.
I think starting is scary for anybody. Because you're trying to re-enter something that you haven't been a part of for almost a decade. That's scary. But I can tell it's definitely something that you want to do. And I can hear the drive in your voice. It's just a matter of getting over that first hill.
It's a big hill.
It's a very big hill. But nobody said you have to jump over that big hill in one day.
That's true.
It's all about the little steps.